guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm doing a bit of a different video where I will be talking about my Japan trip back in May 2023. I know it's been a while, it's been at least about 3 months now, almost, depends on what time this gets uploaded, but I filmed it initially a different way and I didn't quite like the way I was filming it. It felt like a presentation kind of thing, so I just thought I'd just talk to you guys through this, have my computer nearby with all the pictures so I can kind of refresh my mind on what I've been doing, and then I'll edit it with the corresponding videos and pictures and things like that. So I just thought this would be easier for people to watch and not just have to go through my pictures and things like that. So yeah, that's hopefully the format that we'll stick to and that will get uploaded. Anyways, for this first video, it will be a mixture of pre-departure, pre-Japan trip preparations that I've done, and also day one of when I've arrived to Japan. So prior to traveling, there was a few things that I needed to get ready before I went. The main thing was the JR pass, which is your train ticket, so you can unlimitedly use the bullet train to go all over Japan. So the JR Rail Pass, Japan Rail Pass. The other things back then was having to get all your certificates for COVID uploaded onto their website, but I believe they don't check those anymore, so you don't need to do that. But they do still, I believe, keep the website for the QR codes for the customs, and if you have anything to declare kind of thing, immigration and custom things. So just make sure you check out their Visit Japan web. You can sign in with an account and you can make one with all the other family members that are with you. And so then when you get there, you just need to scan the QR codes, and then it'll just make the process faster rather than doing it there when you get to Japan. Another thing I had to do was book hotels. So I was choosing whether I would go through Airbnb or hotels, but I just thought I'm going with my parents, and I just thought it's easier with parents when you've got hotels and places where you can just get everything done and cleaned up for you instead of having to do that ourselves. Although I will tell you at the end of my trip what I think about that. So yeah, all the hotels were booked through booking.com, just because it was easier just to book everything into one website, and then just to have to see. It's actually quite easy. You just have to type in the area the city you're visiting, and then I guess you have to do a bit of research on what you want to do most and what you're looking for around. But yeah, for each places that we've been, I'll talk to you about the hotels that we've been into. And then the other thing that I had to do was arrange a airport shuttle bus to get me from Haneda Airport to Narita Airport. So long story short, my parents are arriving to Japan from a different airport than I am because we're in different countries, and so because they are a bit elderly, not very good with Japanese, or Googling and things like that, I had to actually get there a bit earlier than them in Japan and go and pick them up at the airport. So yeah, that's the few things I had to get. And then the last thing was a SIM card, and last time I went to Japan, we actually went to pick up the SIM card there, but nowadays you've got eSIMs, so you can just do it on the website. And I believe I'll put the website or the app that I've been using for the eSIMs in Japan, and it's worked quite well, and the prices are reasonable for the trip. So that's a few little things that I needed, so I'll pop them as bullet points on this video. And so yeah, on day 1, so I left on the 31st of April actually, for a overnight flight. So I think it was about 9 o'clock my flight, and then by the time I arrived to Japan it was about 7 in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning. By the time I got through all the customs and everything like that, it was probably 7 o'clock. So yeah, it didn't take quite long. It took quite long at Haneda airport to go through immigration, because there was only about 2 counters open for a lot of international passengers, but that's okay. And then I used ANA or All Nippon Airlines to fly to Japan, just because they've got an overnight flight compared to the other flights. And then I'll show you a video of something that we don't quite see often here in Australia, where before they start opening the check-in counters, you know, the staff comes out and bows to you, and there's this announcement that's greeting you and thanking you for choosing their airlines. So something very Japanese like already to start your trip to, you know, Japan. And then, you know, while this was happening as well, before I flew, I was able to upgrade to a premium economy seat. So I did that by bidding, basically. I didn't obviously get a free upgrade, but a cheaper upgrade, I guess. So you can bid as much as you want, but obviously I only bid like the minimum you could pay for an extra upgrade, and I think it was like maybe $160 or so. I'll pop in the exact price that I've paid for the flight and then the extra bit for the premium economy. I did not get the upgrade when I came back to Australia because I think it was quite full, but when I went to Japan there was not that many people on the flight, so that's why I got the upgrade. Anyways, ANA doesn't have any lounges at the Sydney airport, so they share the lounge with Air New Zealand, and that's where we had you know, foods and drinks refill as much as you want in there before you go and board your flight. So yeah, all the pictures that you see there will be what you can find on the lounge. Nothing too fancy, you know, reasonable food, nothing specific or special about it. Anyways, I'll show you what was on my in-flight meal for dinner. I think it was like some sort of mashed potato with some chickens, you know, creamy chicken or something like that. You have to have your dessert, so ice cream, and then lots of little snacks in between, such as chocolates, biscuits, and yeah. So that was my flight, about 8-9 hours of flight, which is not too bad, because we slept through. And then the first thing you do after getting through customs is getting breakfast. So my airport shuttle was only coming at around 7:30, and I had about maybe half an hour before I get in anyway, so I decided to get some egg sandwich and a apple juice from the little shop that was open right as soon as you exit the customs gates at the airport. And then, so yeah, it's the airport shuttle. I don't know about the other prices. They drop you off to other areas in Tokyo, but they do, I believe, it's a bit more expensive compared to taking the train or I think the monorail in Tokyo, but you don't have to worry about finding a place to put your suitcase in. So, you know, they've got areas under the bus to just shove all the suitcases, so that's why I decided to go with the shuttle. You've got free Wi-Fi in it, so it was very easy and straightforward. They used to have earlier bus shuttles, but the earliest they had was 7 o'clock, 7:30 or something like that, which wasn't too bad. And it took about an hour and a half maybe to get from Haneda to Narita, which is pretty much like completely opposite sides of Tokyo. And so yeah, by the time I got there to pick up my parents, which had waited for me, thinking, where am I? Did I get lost? Anyways, by the time I got there, we then had to take another free shuttle bus to go to the domestic airport, because our final destination was actually Hokkaido. So our trip was planned so that we'd go from Hokkaido, stay there for about a week, then go to Osaka, stay there for about a week, and then a bit more maybe, and then stay next couple of 4 or 5 days in Tokyo to end our trip. So that's where we would fly back to each places, because they don't have any direct flights from Osaka or Hokkaido. So yeah, so we went to Narita airport, to their domestic terminal through their free shuttle bus, and then had a bit of food. They've got like a food court with lots of food, and also reasonably cheap food. Like literally, I'll put a picture. We had some gyozas. There's about 15 pieces of gyozas. It's a set that comes with rice and a soup and some like pickled vegetables. And that was probably less than 1,000 yen, so less than roughly $10 in Australian dollars. So we had that between the three of us, just as a small bite before the flight. So yeah, very cheap, not like in here in Australia where everything's quite expensive in airports. So yeah, super good. And then for the domestic flight, I bought Jetstar because again they had more flexible hours, and then the price is fairly reasonable. Again, I had some vouchers left from pre-COVID that I've used as well. Again, with all those domestic kind of Jetstar flights, you have to pay extra fares for your suitcases, so I paid extra for all of our 3 big suitcases. And then yeah, took our flights. It took about probably 50 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes, not more than that. So yeah, flew to Hokkaido, Sapporo, and they've got a couple of different airports as well in Hokkaido, but in the closest one to Sapporo, which is I guess their main city, is New Chitose Airport, which was, as you know by the name of it, new. So I think maybe 2-3 years, just right before COVID, I think. So before we went to took the train to go back to the hotel, we decided to check the airport out, because I've heard there's a lot of things to eat and walk around for, and because we're not going to fly back to Tokyo, we were gonna take the bullet train back to Tokyo. So that's why we thought we better check it out now before it's not anymore the new Chitose airport. So yeah, I'll put a few pictures, but the first thing we had to eat was ice cream. So Hokkaido specifically is known for their ice cream, the milk, the dairy products. So yeah, the first one that I've got as a picture was a melon soft serve ice cream, or Quantaloupe, I don't know what to call it, just a melon ice cream. Really good, not too sweet, still creamy, but you still can taste the melon, which is great. Melon, I don't know how to say it. And then the next one, we saw loads of people queuing for it. I'll put a picture. I was literally at the back of the shop queuing for this soft serve, which has won a prize, I think, for 3 consecutive years or something like that, or 3 categories or something, for like the best soft serve or something in a competition. And I can tell you, it is worth that price, and I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, they have this one that was in a cone for like 430 yen, which is nothing, and they're proper. It's not like your McDonald's soft serve, so good, so creamy, but so thick as well. not sweet at all, but it's just, you have to try it. It's so good. I've bought some biscuits as well that are some sort of Sapporo specialties milk cookies. They tasted alright, but the ice cream was the best. And then we walked around the terminal. I think there was like a chocolate factory with all the chocolates being made by, you know, robots. And then there's also like Hello Kitty Airlines, or, you know, Hello Kitty, Doraemon, you know, all those Japanese famous characters all around the airport. And they also even got a Doraemon cafe, so you can eat like pizzas. I think they've got like dorayaki, which is your desserts, or taiyaki, which is your desserts with red beans in it. You've even got like a Pokemon center there. There wasn't anything specific to the new Chitose airport that I wanted to buy. They had plushies, but not something I wanted to buy. Anyways, we finally took the train. Got our JR passes. So I ordered my vouchers from Klook, and then they sent me that voucher, but you need to activate that voucher and exchange it for your JR pass. So I'll just show that in. For your JR pass, you need to exchange it for your JR pass at any kind of big train station. And so I've bought this for 21 days. This was probably, it says here, 60,450 yen, which is about $600 for 21 days. And these are 21 consecutive days. You can't just be like, oh, I want just this and this. But we were in Japan for 22 days. So basically what that means is we didn't use it on that first day, but you can ask them to activate it so I asked them to activate it on the 2nd of May instead of the 1st of May, which is what's written at this here, so that on the 22nd we could still use it. If you used it on the 1st, it would only stop till the 21st, because the first day counts as day 1. And so yeah, it would just be the 21st would be your last day, so then you wouldn't be able to use it. And we thought, oh, it might be cheaper to use the JR pass to go to the airport rather than paying for it, and then we can just use your normal Suica IC card today. Right, I forgot about that because I had one from previous trips. So you can, if you've got one of these IC cards, so Ikuka, Pasmo, Suica, whatever, any of the IC cards you can use for any train, railway station companies. JR Pass only for the Japan Rail trains. So anything JR, if you see a JR on it, you can use the JR Pass, except for certain Shinkansen bullet trains, or except for, I think, you can use it for the special ferry that I'll mention in another episode. But yeah, most of it use your IC card. I believe also nowadays they're running out of these cards, so they are giving out paper cards, or you have to buy tickets now. Not sure about that. I'm sure you can check it out online if you look for that. Anyways, keep going. So yeah, we took the train back to our hotel, which was Ibis Style Sapporo, or Ibis Sapporo Styles. Just your normal hotel, very clean, fairly spacious, and very close to the train station. We had to slightly change trains in between, but nothing too unreasonable. We just took our time. It's not like we were in a rush or anything. Check-in was at 3 o'clock anyway, so yes. So we had some rest. By the time we got there, I think it was probably, I don't know, 4 o'clock in the afternoon when we got to our hotel. Had a bit of a rest, and then probably by 5-6 o'clock we started walking. So we lived just the next city down to the big city that we were in. So I'll just show you all the pictures that we've had. But for dinner we went to this ramen alley in that little town or suburb which is called Ganso Ramen Yokocho, and we went there maybe back 10 years ago when we went on a tour, and the ramen was so good we had to try it again. I don't think it's there anymore, sadly, though, so we couldn't try that ramen anymore, but there was still this alley there, and basically it's just a whole alley of different ramen shops. We each had one bowl and each had one different one. So I believe I think I had the shoyu one, my dad had the miso one, and my mom had the shio one, which is the salt one. We were freezing cold, so this was nice to warm us up. It was still quite cold in Hokkaido, like 12 degrees or less than that in the evening, and like super cold in the morning, like 4 degrees, less than 10 degrees in the morning. So yeah, we were wearing quite a bit when we got there, and yeah, we were really tired, so we didn't walk around too much, but I've just taken a few pictures of all the buildings with all their ads and all their bright lights and things like that. So yeah, that was just for the first day. So yeah, hope you liked this video. I hope I didn't miss anything. If I do, I'll make sure I pop everything on my video. And if you got any questions, or if you're interested in more, make sure you also check out my Japanese haul that I've done a couple of months back in 3 different parts. And yeah, make sure you check out my next video. So yeah, I'll be uploading a day-by-day video, and there should be about 21 days of videos worth of Japanese fun trips. So yeah, see you guys next time for another video. Bye!